Good evening and good moed. Welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 191, part 2, using the Sefer Hachinuch. A Mitzvah Day keeps us on its way. I'm in the sukkah, different angle. God willing, I'm going to try to sleep in the sukkah. You're supposed to sleep in the sukkah. It's a mitzvah. Different opinions, but, it's pretty nice weather. I got the fan going. And I feel guilty that I haven't slept in the sukkah yet. I used to always sleep in the sukkah in Eretz Yisrael. So we're going to give it a try, folks. Wish me luck. Okay, 191, part 2. Continuing the prohibition, entitled The Prohibition to Reveal the ervah, the nakedness of one's father's wife, even if she is not one's mother, found in the third book, Vayikra, Parshas Achrei Mos. Among the laws of this mitzvah is that which the sages of blessed memory stated in Sanhedrin, that one's father's wife is prohibited to him by biblical law, regardless of whether she is his father's wife from erusin, meaning from kedushin, the first stage of marriage, or she is his wife from the suin, the final stage of marriage. There used to be two stages. The engagement that we know today was like a marriage. It was a certain part one of the marriage, not just an engagement they could break. If they wanted to break that part of the marriage, they'd need a divorce. So that was called, the first part was called erusin, or kedushin, and the second part's called nisuin. All right. Moreover, this prohibition applies to any woman who is ever married to a person's father, so it is in force both while his father is still alive, even if his father has divorced the woman, and after his father's death. As was mentioned in Mitzvah 190, while the biblical arayas are, for the most part, a person's closest relatives, the sages prohibited marriage or cohabitation with numerous other relatives known as shnios, secondary relatives, in order to safeguard the biblical prohibitions. The Chinuch focuses on the shnios that the sages prohibited as an extension of the father's wife's prohibition. Also included in the laws of this mitzvah is that which the sages in Yevamos prohibited as a safeguard for this prohibition. Namely, they prohibited marriage or cohabitation with the wife of one's father's father. That is, the wife of his paternal grandfather, even if she is not his grandmother. Furthermore, the sages also prohibited the wife of the father of one's paternal grandfather, i.e. the wife of his great-grandfather, as well as the wife of the father of one's paternal grandfather, and so forth, all the way up the family tree, even until our patriarch Jacob. Even Jacob's wives would be prohibited to a person under the rabbinical decree if it were possible to encounter them. Wow! Okay, so that was part 2 of today's mitzvah. To sponsor future mitzvah, 36 months of the gold, and we'll continue, God willing, tomorrow.